Pay no attention to anything for
No worries, I won't. Ugh.
most of his needs. Ow.
Balls. There we go. All right. Got myself some food. Background music. So, main paper picture painting that we're gonna go off of. Is called The Burial of the Count of Orgaz by Greco. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. So this painting is very clearly divided into two zones, the heavenly above and the terrestrial below. But there's little feeling of duality. The upper and lower zones are brought together compositionally by the standing figures, by their varied participation in the earthly and heavenly event. Yada 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 yada. The point of equilibrium is the outstretched hand poised in the void between the two saints. No idea. Between the two saints. So, hand? Saints. Hand. Ah, saints. Okay. Whence the mortal body descends and the soul in the medieval form of a transparent and naked child is taken up by the angel to be received in heaven. The supernatural appearance of the saints is enhanced by the splendor of color and light of their gold investments. A powerful cumulative emotion expressed by the group of participants is diffused and sustained through the composition by the splendor, variety, and vitality of the color of the light. So, this is not my original idea, though.
Got 10 minutes to spend on your brain? Take a Lumosity Fit test to challenge your memory, attention, problem solving, and more. First, you'll play 3 fun brain games to calculate your baseline scores. We'll show you how
Huzzah, what do you do? Thanks, Pandora. Where are you? Let me close you. I gotta find you so I can
click on the banner to take your
go away. We're gonna listen to some Japanese music while making Japanese art. Wow. It's a lot of tracks. It's like 41. We hear Mo. Wow, huh? Okay, so let's find out here where we were. Hope you can see this. It'd be bad if you couldn't. Okay, so my original piece was The Spirit of the Dead Watching by Gauguin. And in case for some reason it's not showing that monitor, we'll bring it over here. Spirit of the Dead, death is always there, near life was the main idea behind it. But what I wanted to get at when we were asked in class to think of something that it represented was, my mental thought was life is always around, or I'm sorry, death is always around, life is always there, no matter what. So my thought was a tree surrounded by a burnt forest. And believe me when I tell you that I'm a terrible artist and I can't do shit for drawing. When I was younger, it was fine. Because, well, you're young and you don't know jack shit, but you think you know everything. Now I'm not as naive. I know that I know nothing. So I initially started with that, but then I thought, what if I had a crater, like a crater created by an asteroid or something? And inside that was, at the bottom, a tree growing, a sapling, which, for the Japanese, looking at the trees is, at best, the cherry blossom tree, which represents volatility, mortality, but also life, in a sense. So, life and the growing of a tree surrounded by a forest or death inside of a crater created by something bigger than itself. And, well, to say the least, the crater looked like an asshole. So I was like, okay, maybe I should look one up and go off of that. And making Japanese art from this type of an art, you have to remember the 4 rules of Japanese art: suggestion, perishability, irregularity, and simplicity. So, suggestion, you don't fill in the whole thing. Like if you get a tree, you give a part of the tree, and their brain will fill in the rest. Or when you look at a mountain, Japanese art would put clouds around it and only leave a smear to define a mountain. And you would be like, oh, I get that. That's supposed to be a mountain. Okay. Perishability, everything has a certain lifespan. Everything dies. The forest around it, hence. Irregularity, it's just not really normal. And simplicity, if you want to make an entire tree, stick with a line. Don't get over detailed. Which is really difficult right now because I've got so many ideas going through my head of things I want to add more meaning and depth, that it'll take away the simplicity, which is the most important part of Japanese art. So I'm going to have to work on that. But right now, we've got our blank canvas. Selecting nothing. We've got our background. I'm gonna have to change the color of the background. I'm gonna have to find something which represents something. So I have to find the piece of paper that I had. It was called washi paper. So in the filter here, I'll type in washi. Nothing. Paper. Nothing. Glorious. Configure this tab. Open this pattern as an image. Delete this pattern. Refresh the pattern. Holy God. This is going to be a pain. Washi paper background. So, Japanese washi paper. Oh my God, this is not what I was looking for. So we got to keep looking. Don't worry. Gampi tree. That's what it's used to be for. What's another name for it? Okay. That's nice. But ah, yes. Ganpishi. Copy. Let's try it. Pishi. Oh, son of a gun. Guess we have to make, once again, a new tab for Ganpishi. Images. Aha! We have it. We have our Ganpishi. So what we get to do is zoom in. This looks like terrible quality, and I don't want terrible quality Ganpishi. Why is it that there's only, oh man, Ganpishi. Wow. Second party? No, that didn't work. Search tools. Color. Size. Type. Nope. Don't need that tab. Can back out of that. Okay, so let's try clicking on this link. Japanese tissue. What? Let's try that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's also not what I wanted, but nope. Boom. They're never going to make this easy on me, are they? Back to patterns, huh? Pink marble, pine, pine. Wood, 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 wood. Warning. Clipboard. Crinkled paper. Marble, marble. Granite, crinkled paper, burl wood, dried mud, fibers, cork board. Could go on the crinkled paper. But the thing is, then I have to make the lines darker. So let me show you what original idea I started with. That was my idea. That's what I started with. I was like, Google found a crater from an asteroid in Arizona. But the thing is,
Yeah, Devin Bragman getting off pretty soon.
that's not simple. Okay, no worries. I'll change channels.
No, like when I do that, I'll be getting off, so you
Okay, well, no worries.
have to stop for that.
Nope. Paper. P. I just. Oops, no, that's not. Crinkle paper. Enter text. Oh god, that looks disgusting.
Look, sleek and minimal.
Washi. Come on. Washi tape? That's why. Plain washi paper. Images. Not shopping. Oh. Wonderful. It's somewhat of a gradient. And it's not super duper colorful. Like these are all pink. Like, Japanese art was Valentine's. Funny how this is sorting by relativity. Oh, hello. Now the question is, what kind of a feel do I want to give to the back of my paper? Do I want it tannish? Do I want it grayish, blue, yellowish? Let's be more. Ah! Hello. Marble, green, gray. Ah! Shohei. Shitori. Satori.
No, F is jump.
Play. I'm gonna change channel.
Channel switched.
Okay, that we're going with. That's what we started with. So we're gonna. Balls. Create a new layer. Shohei washi background. Okay. Now I click and drag it. And I take the layer. I delete that layer because apparently it keeps adding a new layer. Oh, I know what it's doing. Boop. Layers. Oh god. Image. Scale image. So it's 20.80. We'll copy that. We'll cancel that. We'll go back to layer because I'm smart like this. We'll scale the layer. We'll do that. We'll keep it linked. It's going to be way off, but okay. It can be super tall. I knew it, but okay. Layer. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'll make it 10, just because. Oh, it's got to be larger. Okay. Scale layer 10.1. Okay. Why not? Because I can. Okay, so I want this. Oh, it's 10.32. So can I? Wonderful. The background is now Japanese paper. So we're going to start with, again, what we had. We had our crater. What I did was I selected the crater itself, and I then basically chose colors. And I said, you, get over here. And you also, and you, and you, and you, using the color picker tool. Yeah. But first what I had to do was I had to, as you can tell, I carved out, in an ellipse, so to speak, I carved out the actual area of the crater. And that then restricted my selection of that familiar color. So that is what I then played with to get, ta-da, my crater. Looked better on white, but so that's the color that I took. We still have this problem, the outside, that I had to deal with. And so my thought was, oh, however, can I do that? And I did the same process. I selected colors, and I said, well, that looks good enough. We've got very subtle edges selection right here around the edge to show that it levels out, up above and higher to show that there's also earth there. But see, hardly distinguishable. I'm just that good. I wanted a cherry blossom tree because, well, the meaning of the cherry blossom is life and fertility and mortality and volatility. So I found one. There it is. And usually Japanese paintings are grayscaled or black, simply black. This is mainly grayscaled. That's what I've been trying to keep. But as you can see here, colored cherry blossom, significant. It's at the bottom of the crater. It'll symbolize life. That's why I added color to it. You can't really notice until you zoom in. That's there. Okay. How do we get the forest? I have to give thanks to Danielle Barahulak, who I took an image of the dead forest from, and used the same process that I took to get the crater and the surroundings, to get the trees out. That was a lot more difficult, but I was finally able to do that, and here we have our tree surrounding, right around here. I had to clear out the area around the crater so that it didn't look like there was any trees floating around in the crater that were dead. But we've got mainly trees here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get most of the trees in the middle there for some reason, probably because they were the same color as the floor and I didn't want that, so they just happened to not be selected as much. But I think it looks pretty good from a distance. Now, I can close these because I already have that. My next problem with the art piece was that I wasn't able to... Well, actually, no. I needed a curved path that looked like it was going off into the distance, because these are trees that you can scale to a crater. So if you say those trees are at least 60 feet, the cherry blossom there is going to be pretty tall. That's like 10 feet there. About. Maybe. We'll see. So the crater has got to be a couple 100 feet wide. And you would think that it's the same deep, which of course you can't see, unfortunately, but imagination. So when I chose a curved path, I spent an hour just looking for a curved path that might have had a torii going under it. But people, when they go to Japan, take pictures up at the torii. They go, oh, that's really tall. That doesn't work from the manner that I have my art piece, because right now we're looking down at everything. We're having an aerial view. We're above the trees. So, after spending a futile 45 minutes looking for a stone path that had a torii going underneath it, I was like, heck, just go for a path. Straight? Curved? Don't know. Okay, well, went with the curved path. That sure as heck is not at all visible, but you can see now just how visible it is. I'm probably going to have to darken that. Now that I think about it, I'm really going to need to have to darken that. Because I can't see diddly squat of that. But if I keep the background, it just looks like a path there. When you go real close in, you can see the path is worn. Proclaim it's worn. That's the only other brown, unfortunately. So, I mean, if we look right now... Okay, so here's the image that we had earlier of Danielle Barahulak. So thank you, Danielle, for your contribution to the art piece. You can hardly tell the difference. But there it is. We're looking for stone paths. I think we're looking at, yep. So I played with this. This is the only dirt path that I saw, but they water tagged it, so I couldn't have that there. So they've got some here, but that's just not an aerial view. It's not what I want. That is just... it wouldn't work, because it's too... the difference between this painting and a real-life stone patio where each step takes you out that far doesn't work. Fortunately, Shutterstock has some of the best ones, but aerial dirt path. It's got to be a proper aerial picture for this to work with nobody on it, of course. So let's see if we can find one here. It's blurred, unfortunately. Maybe I can find one in black and white. Because that's my main problem, is turning something black and white. So, search tools, color, black and white. Wow! That's a lot more than I was expecting. Unfortunately, not what I've been wanting. He looks vaguely familiar. It's kind of creepy. Oh, scroll back to the top. Dirt path. Let's just try that, shall we? See, what I wanted was, I have a Shinto Tori that I haven't been able to take the color out of. I've been trying to grayscale that, or black and white it, but apparently when I apply grayscale it just makes it lighter. I wanted to have the winding path come down, which is hardly visible, and loop underneath the Tori, making this a Shando, or a Sando. S-A-N-D-O with a line across it. And that gives the Tori a whole other set of characteristics. Part of me was thinking of taking a brick pattern and just placing it down on my own, but no. Dirt path. Let's try that. Altering what we type in could have some very useful. That's pretty neat. But it wouldn't work with the terrain because in the picture the road goes down and then finally up, so it would look like it just wouldn't look right. So we need a winding dirt path. And hell, we could use this road, but that's like an actual street. It's just weaving, but that's pretty silly if you ask me. Might just have to go with it. Oh, I actually like that. It's not right for this. Now this is what I want. This type of a road. But, of course, Alamy stock photo. See if I can filter minus watermark. That didn't really help. Orange was usage rate. It's labeled. That's it. Ugh, that's depressing. With modification, of course. We got a little more. Label for reuse. Nothing. Nope. Oh, man. Not filtered by license. Well, that's fine. We'll just have to keep looking. Because we've got all night. It's just too large. That's the problem. Just this is all. Most of these images just don't work the way they are. See, the distance also has to be appropriate for it to work. Like if in a picture you have a road that goes this far when in fact you needed to go 5 times that, it's difficult. So depth and distance is very relative in the two of these. Eclipse, Screaming Child, Bell Curve, Wisdom Quotes, Aim High, Flying People, all that other fun stuff. I don't understand how dirt road from the sky can bring up. Now that is an image I like. Of course, it's Pinterest. Brap. Cool. Neater. But that's not what I'm looking for. I guess we're a couple 100 feet up from the beginning of the asteroid if we look over here. Just say, okay, whatever. Over here, that's probably a few 100 feet. Here, that's several 100 feet in the air. Still no good aerial views. Everyone likes roads. And nobody likes taking pictures of them from the sky. Which is a pain. Ooh, Forest of Gold. Smuggler's Notch from that. If I scroll back up, I remember there was a... Winding dirt road. We'll save that JPEG to the desktop. We'll shut off every single one of these images. And I always just do a new layer. Because it just makes me feel better. So if I go to the layer and I scale the layer and I just screwed everything up. Oh no, I didn't. Layer, scale layer, that happens. Okay, phew. So right now that's 1.6. I want to do that about 6. The height wall. Oh no, 1.6. 2.48 will make that 10 actually. That's actually too much. So we'll go back slightly a layer. Go back to F4. Oh my god. I'll say, okay, now you go up there. Okay, and then we'll get the crater. Does that look realistic to you? No, because the tracks are half the width of the explosion. So delete that layer. We'll keep looking. It's so difficult to find good dirt paths nowadays. Dirt path. Dirt and path. Aerial. Wow. This is very funny what people post with Pinterest. Because you want a dirt and a path, and they give you tornadoes. Some people don't understand. If I can make that black and white, that would almost be perfect. Oh man. I've come... I think we can make this one work. We'll try it. New layer, winding road. Oh, here. Delete layer, winding road. Poof. Now this layer deserves to be scaled to 5, I'd say. Scale it. Image. Layer. Here's what I like about GIMP. I can zoom all the way in here and then say, I only want you. This much is all that I want. And then I say poof, and then I say layer, crop the selection. That's my layer. And I control Shift A, I get a new layer, I go to layer, I go scale layer, I say screw the link. Let's make this height 6. Once more. Scale it. Now it looks really screwy. Holy God, that looks screwy. Scale the layer. Make it 5. Fine. We'll get to moving it again. Can I, like, flip this or something? Transform, flip 180. Nope, that doesn't work. Arbitrary rotation. Rotate. Nope. Now what I want to try, because this is a pretty decent road, even though it doesn't really match with the terrain. I'll try it though. I want to do color select. I want to select the brown in the road. And I want to control cut. I want to cut that. I'm going to click on the winding road path and paste it. Turn that off. Control Shift A. And here I have a winding road path thing, which looks legit. Ish. Christ, that doesn't look legit. Should we try it once again? So, when I want a path that initially starts from a higher point than the human can stand, where do I go? Because that just doesn't look right. Because if you compare it to the curved path, it just looks very minimalist. It's better than the past trace that we had, but we want because from the looks of it, the terrain is flat, so not curved, just flat-ish. So what we're looking for is still a good pathway to take. I like this. It's clear. Save image as. We'll save that. We'll delete the layer. We'll delete this layer too. Curve path. Okay. Let's try something here. Pop. Layer. Scale the layer, make it 4.26. How about that? We'll scale it. Okay, now we're going to zoom in. We're going to do the same thing that we did last time. We're going to crop the image as much as we can. And then we're going to say crop to selection. Glorious. Control Shift A to deselect. And now we're going to choose once again by the color. Making as sure as we can that we get all of the colors of the road possible. And we're gonna cut that out, get a new winding road. And there, we're gonna paste it. And we're gonna say anchor it. And we're gonna say goodbye, road. And then we've got a road here that just looks... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Need a black and white. Black and white. Sweet. But of course the Japanese are supposed to be very simple, so I'm not simple. I also have to make this Shinto Tori oh no. Delete that layer. Delete that layer. Control Shift A. Good. Okay, Shinto Tori. Add a layer mask. Black. That's not what I wanted. Delete the mask. That doesn't help. I need to make it black and white. See, it just turns it grayscale. It still has its color. So when I go to colors and I invert the colors, it still doesn't help me. So if I do auto equalize, no. Desaturate does nothing for me. That doesn't do anything. There we go. Desaturate when you don't have a mask, and you edit the proper thing. Now, wow, that took a long time. Whoever thought that would take so dang long. Oh, Jesus, that doesn't help. I need to make it wider so it doesn't affect. Layer, scale the layer, the width needs to be 2. No, not 200, 2. 1.4. There we go. Okay. Curved path. Colors. If I could. Oh god, no. Control Z. Okay. I want to darken it. Levels. Okay. Now, though, it's easier to identify as a road. And, of course, the cherry blossom in the middle. You can't ever forget about the cherry blossom in the middle. The amazing cherry blossom. Now, this is claimed to be enough. I'm going to save as summer class final on pictures. We're going to create a folder called Summer Art Aesthetics Final. Okay, we're going to save that. Now we're going to export as, and we're going to go to pictures, and we're going to go to this, and we're going to export it as a JPEG. We're going to save it. Now, to make sure that everything is perfectly fine, what we're going to do is going to go to our files, going to go to our pictures, Summer Art, and we're going to look at the JPEG. Ha! Baloney. I don't have permission. You must be joking. Photos. Oh, it's still exporting. Whoops. There we go. And bloop, done. Now I can go and observe the finished, proclaimed masterpiece that we call art with a lowercase a. Minimalism, white space on that paper, got the art, got the road, got the creator, got the death, got the life. Huzzah! Okay. Now, I'm never happy with anything like that. And I I told Dr. Scudder. I told you. I was going to go and add some shiz. So, I'm going to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a river from the right. I'm going to make its color white, or I'm sorry, red. The reason for making it red is to be considered the color of the East for Japanese. And it may have symbolized blood as well as life, although there's no solid evidence on that. So I'm going to find a little stream coming from the right, and then bloop, 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 bloop. It's going to go right in the little crater. It's going to be blood, so it's going to be giving the tree life. And it's coming from the right because, well, assuming northeast is to the right. So, now I can say, screw all you. Stream of blood. Any color. Oh, God. This is going to be more difficult than I thought. The river of blood. That's disgusting. But interesting as it is. Stream left to right. Water stream. Nobody has a simple picture of a water stream here, it seems. That's more like a mist, but it's still cool as it is. We're almost getting there. We almost had it. So close. Could probably slap that in there, but stream. Extra Floyd drinking back to your car yard. Hmm. I don't know what my teeth just crushed. Nature texture. Water stream texture. Nope. Flowing. God almighty. Come on. Oh. Bloody hell. This is never going to work. Ah! Yes. Stream. Yes. Stream. 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 Okay. Poof. Zoom in. You guys already know what's going to happen. Selecting this. And I'm saying layer. Crop to selection. Control A D. Or Control Shift A, excuse me. I'm going to move this up here. And I'm going to heighten it 1, 2, 3 times its original height. Scale layer. Height is 1.6, so 2, 3, 4.8. Scale it. That's a giant freaking river leading into a giant. Damn it all. But layer, transform, rotate, counterclockwise. Nope. Layer, transform, 180 degrees. Works even less. Back up. Screw the width. We're going to 2. Colors. Layer. Scale layer once more. We're going to 1. And we're increasing the height to 4.5. Scale. Layer. Scale the layer once more. 0.5. Oh, fuck. And we'll make the height 5. I think that's pretty decent on a scale of things. Oh, God. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Actually, layer, transform, rotate. Hey, look at that. Poof. I actually like that pretty much. You can't unfortunately see this area. Neither can I, so don't worry. There we go. Now I need to select by color. Here's the really difficult part. So I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna paste. I'm gonna click yes, and I'm gonna make the JPEG go away. And then I've got a river here. Honestly, I want to. Flip 180. Undo. I'm gonna redo rotate layer. Oh no. Undo rotate layer. Crap. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna go to stream. I'm gonna paste. I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna take away the shoot. Ah, crud. There we go. JPEG. Cut. Paste. Anchor. There we go. The stream, we're gonna take the layer and we're gonna flip it. Ah, that's why it disappeared. We're good. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna take you. Okay. Here are my new layered stream. Bye-bye layer. Got the stream. How can I replay colors? Colorize. Okay, this is not as easy as I thought. That's gross. You see, I need this to make sense. And if I can't turn that blood red, what am I looking at? Good night. I told you I was recording.
I love you.
I love you too.
You said that you are going tomorrow.
I won't.
I love you.
I do too. You too. Okay. Well, can't figure this out, so stream will just have to wait. But the Shinto Lori and the Shiryo along with the Shinigami. Shiro, Japanese Souls of the Dead. All the way down to S H I Shiro. Apparently he's also a Buddhist god. Interesting. Oh, Shiryo. That would explain why. Shiryo. This is very difficult to do. But save images. That. Do a new dead soul. And you will then plop right on top of that. And then with you, we will layer colors. This layer. Okay. I'm deviating too far from her body, but you're trying to see what I'm doing here is I'm trying to encapsulate as much of her as I can. Oops. No. Dead Soul, paste it. Ah, crud. Control X, Control V. If I paste it there, do you see here? No. Son of a gun. If I just move this Dead Soul girl here. There. Can I replace the black with the white with? Oh man. Whoa. Nope. Oh wow. Ah. Come on, so now I need to get at this art piece. Go all the way around. It doesn't matter how far wide I go with this, as long as I get the majority of the pixels, and then I will be happy. Boop. Delete. There we go. Ah, crud. Like, there we go. Boop. Boop. Bloop, bloop. Bloop. Ah, boy. Bloop. Okay, so that's all. We'll take her, we'll do her layer, we'll scale her layer. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on, dang it. Let's be honest, people. That's the real selection. Scale the layer. Point. But I want the soul there. Save as dependent. Stream. Okay, that tool's right there. Got the tree there. The three-legged crow. Ah, hiccups. That's really cool. That's also really creepy, that image. So I'm looking up now Yatakarusa, which is the name for the... Oh, that is the crow god, okay. The question is, do I want him on the gate? Because the crow god depicts guidance. Should I put it on the gate with the path? Or is it guiding life? Clouds. Smoke cloud. that looks amazing. So I'm gonna save. Nope, not the link. Save the image as. Save that. Create a new filter. Smoke. Haze. Transparency. And that's actually gonna go. Yep, just like that. I'm gonna go plop. Move that around. Layer, scale the layer. I'm gonna make the width of it 15, not 20. Scale. Whoa. Smoke coverage is gonna go over everything. Make the height of it. Hmm. So I've just added smoke and haze. Really cool effect. I love it. I love the haze effect. But if I could make it red, that'd be even cooler. But cold meat. Still good. Do I want a really strong pug? We'll figure this out in a little bit. But yeah, we'll go with that. That's what we'll stick with. That's what we're working with. And we'll keep adding. For now, this video is over.